Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, to this once again overcast Wednesday evening, where it is now time, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to discover who is our penultimate entry to the halfway point of this 30-band Royal Rumble Extra, aka entry number 14. So, let's greet him. So, entry number 14 is coming in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activate. And whilst Wacom, because I own Wacom related products, that's the only reason you're seeing this ad anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Reject Yourself by Killswitch Engage. You know what? You may remember from last year, this was... I first listened to Killswitch Engage almost pretty much like a whole year ago, because they were number 16 in last year's Royal Rumble match, and they have moved up a gear into the number 14th position, which, not bad. Anyway, getting slightly back on track, it's funny enough they call the song Reject Yourself when they should have called this song A Day in the Life. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I literally don't want to say I can say they are describing me. I don't want to go on that route and say these guys wrote the song with a person like me in mind. Don't believe me? Well, check this out, if you will. Their cries are blown away with the wind. How passive can we be before humanity is lost? Turning our backs on those who need love. We must not rest while healing is needed. How can we just be so very hands-off about the fact that the world, as we see it right now, is crumbling all around us? Some people might say that that's simply just down to us being more aware of what's going on in the news, and the fact that there are unspeakable things happening throughout this world, and yet, well, why technically is it up to people like me to care, or let alone actually do something about this? I mean, why should I start meddling into other people's affairs just because I want to help? But is it because? But why? Who is out there asking for my help? That's the thing I've got to try to understand, because it's not my responsibility to just jump in and fix somebody else's problems or try to make life more bearable for other people. There's a certain level of responsibility, I think, that some people need to learn to adopt, or they should be at least responsible enough to care enough to ask for other people to assist them if they feel as if they are lost or they have no idea what they're doing. And I don't know what the hell... I don't know why I care as much as I do, because I don't know. I don't think that makes me a better person just because I care. Millions of people all over the world care. I'm not the only person in history who cares, believe it or not. Oh boy, that's gonna come back to haunt me in years to come. I can already sense it. But I feel as if it's not enough to just say that you care. It stands to question that you should do a lot more than just caring. I mean, words are cheap. Where have we heard that one before? Tear down the veil. That bars your heart from feeling this. Dedicate yourself. Do you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Dedicate yourself. To what? Again, I think that's something that only you guys can mention. I mean, it took me so long as to work out, because I know specifically what I dedicated myself to. I know exactly what I wanted, but the only thing that stopped me from doing these things is just to sit down and just start doing it. I don't know whether it's because of an illusion of other quote-unquote responsibilities, or the fact that in reality I have absolutely no idea where to begin. But you know what? Killswitch, again, put the question right in front of me. Just dedicate yourself. Tell yourself that... I actually read this in a book on enlightenment. It was part of a Buddhist theology that... Or I think it was either Buddhist or Hinduism, that if you want to really dedicate yourself to something, you have to remove everything else from life that does not involve what you're dedicated to. So your mind is focused on what you find most precious about life, and basically that's that. Give your soul to compassion. With open arms, embrace this heart. With open eyes, behold the truth. Embrace this life. I just in case I've never said this before anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen, my life is going to be my legacy, and my legacy is going to be my life. Whatever happens by the time I'm gone, everything I do right here, right now, is what I'm going to be remembered for. Because nobody is going to remember anything about me after I've died. They're only going to remember stuff that I've done. It's as simple as that. Because, again, if I haven't made this point absolutely clear in any other video, I'll just say it again. At some point, ladies and gentlemen, I will be gone. I will be dead, and you will never see me ever again. That is a little bit tougher to... it's a little bit harder to say it like that than you might think, because you really do have to acknowledge that death is just as big as a part of life as life itself. There are only ever two absolutes in life, ladies and gentlemen. You are born and you die. That's it. Everything else is completely subjective, which means there's room for compassion, there's room for passion, there's room to do anything if you set your mind to it on this earth. And even when it ends, can you reject yourself? Can you feel their agony? Can you, in a world that feeds on disregard, heal the broken-hearted? But how do you heal the broken-hearted, ladies and gentlemen? How do you go about doing that? Do you try and entertain people? Do you send money to charity? Do you send supplies via food banks? What can you do to heal those who've had their hopes and dreams crushed, as it were? How do you go about solving a problem that you might never have realized before? But you want to know something very... And I'm going to leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen. Well, two things, actually. First off, the song, I called it A Day in the Life, but it feels like the day in the life of somebody at the very heart of a riot. There's adrenaline, there's aggression, there's a great desire to destroy, to tear down the establishment that has held you back all your life. What is that establishment, ladies and gentlemen? It's yourself. You are the establishment, but you are also the riot. You are married to the mob. You are the mob. And you're raging against yourself for not being the person you've always wanted to be. Why? Why, or for whatever reason? Because society is going to have a certain prejudice against you for being the person you are. Well, if that's true, you know what? You could shove the middle finger where the sun don't shine if society is not happy with who you are. It's not up to society to decide that who you are or what you can do. It's nobody's decision but yourself. People need to realize that the only person that actually ever stops us from being who we truly want to be is ourselves. And the day we start pointing that finger inward as opposed to looking down at the abyss, then I think we might learn far more than we might realize. And even as Reject Yourself sort of ends, it sort of like cools down. It's like, now that like the red mist is sort of lifted, you begin to like have room to breathe and have room to look around. Think about what you've done. Think about what it's going to lead to. And then, what are you going to do now, ladies and gentlemen? What are you going to do now that you've had a better glimpse of the world? Maybe you realize right now what it means to be broken-hearted. Maybe you now know what it feels like to be crushed. Now you can tell what it feels like when you see other people around you despaired. Maybe you were the cause of all this, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you are the ones who put people down. Maybe you're the one who caused other people to riot, to rage against the machine. But who is the machine, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe we are the machines. Maybe we are part of some malicious contraption to keep people down or to do whatever the hell it takes to make sure that they obey by society's demands. Or maybe the opposite is true. Maybe we realize society is nothing more than just some vague idea that somebody is going to be very, very unhappy by the fact that we are simply choosing to be ourselves. And one day, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to escape from that theory. I am just about on the very outer fringes of it, and once I get beyond that fringe, I will be free. I will be free of this world. I will be free from the shackles of believing that the world is looking at me. And then when that day comes, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take my jacket, I'm going to shut off my camera, and I'm going to shut off my computer, and I'm going to walk outside and back into the world of man. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know you guys thought of Reject Yourself by Killswitch Engage. Please also make sure to also like and subscribe to get daily notifications when my videos come out. And I hope to love you guys again in the next reaction video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.